Hello, today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about inflammation. We're hearing a lot about inflammation these days and what it causes, where it comes from. So I wanted to talk just briefly about it. Keeping these videos kind of short and sweet. I'll have deeper and more in-depth information about it elsewhere on my resources page and in some videos. But the gist of it is inflammation, systemic inflammation, can be caused by a number of factors. Stress puts a toll on our body. Um, it's funny, today I've been trying to do these recordings and we've got an airplane flying around and I'm just going to keep going. So if you hear it, that's my neighbor. Uh, so stress can cause inflammation because it puts our body into a fight or flight state. When we're in fight or flight, the body is conserving its energies and its essential nutrients and blood flow to help us run away from a tiger. But these days we're not really running away from tigers, so we're dealing with stress in a sedentary environment. So one of the ways to help lower our stress, which is one of the causes of inflammation, is to de-stress. That can come in the form of exercise, and it doesn't mean going to the gym and pumping weights. It means getting out for a walk, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day even, just to get your body moving. And what walking also gives you the sense of moving forward. So you're in action, your brain and your body are focused on taking steps. And so if you're stuck in a thought, like people get writer's block or work block or procrastination, take a walk, 15 minutes. It'll kind of get you in the flow. The great thing about walking too is it's a de-stressor. Doing it outside when we can helps calm. It gets us in touch with nature. It gives us a sense of peace and calm to be amongst the birds and the planes and the things that are flying around here right now, and fresh air and sunlight. Get your vitamin D, which I'll also talk about in another video. So the physiological part of de-stressing, so take a walk. Also deep breathing. There's a couple of different breathing exercises I've talked about here. The tip of the nose, where you focus on the tip of the nose and your breath as it comes and goes, and you spend a couple minutes there. I'm noticing a flare, so I'm going to shift my camera a little bit and see if this helps. No. So we're going to have a little flare today. Well, welcome to my little backyard. So focusing on the tip of the nose and breathing in and out and just keeping your focus on the tip of your nose. There's the box breathing, which is the count of 4. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, inhale for 4. So we've talked about that in the Sitali Pranayama, which I have another video about, which is where you plug one nostril, breathe in through your left, plug your left, breathe out through your right, breathe back in through your right, and plug with your left. Do that for a minute or 4, 6, 8 breaths, something like that. So the breath part, very important. And I talk about that all the time, so I won't go into more detail about that. Other ways to de-stress are, there's a book about Eat That Frog. It's putting things on your list, the most complex or the one that feels the hardest to deal with. Put that on your list first and do that today. Start there. And once you get that off of your list, you'll have tons of energy for whatever else you need to do. But if you have that one thing kind of hanging out there that you don't get to, it'll be in the back of your mind and it'll permeate everything else that you're doing. So that's one way. And check things off your list. Take the initiative to do one thing today. Here comes another plane. It's amazing. It's been quiet all morning. So here we go. Take one thing on your list and get it done and check it off. So these are some things to de-stress. We can be completely overwhelmed with Zoom meetings and all the stuff we're doing and signing up for webinars and doing classes and working and dealing with our families and kids and life, and there's just so many things to do. So again, eat that frog, take that first thing, hardest thing of the day, the thing that you've got to get done that you don't really want to do that, and then you'll have tons of energy left just from holding that stuff in. It makes it really difficult, so get that one off your list. Another thing is taking a time out from whatever you're doing. If you're intensely online or intensely working, they say 45 minutes, get up, stretch your feet for 2 minutes, and then come back to it. So we want to start taking the stress out of our body. A little bit more vigorous exercise is also incredibly helpful for de-stressing. Making sure you're getting enough sleep. Sleep, 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 sleep. Very important. So, some of the ways we can improve our sleep. No screen time after 8 or 2 hours before bed. So you want to have 7 hours of good sleep, but no screen time 2 hours before you go to sleep. If you must have screen time, blue blockers or glasses that have the orange and yellow tinted, mostly orange tinted lenses. There's a lot of them on the market now. You can get them all over the place. But you wear blue blockers for 2 hours before you go to bed. What this does is it blocks out the blue light. The blue light that hits our retina, goes into our eyes, signals our bodies that it's morning. So if we're signaling our bodies to wake up before we're getting ready to go to bed, we're messing with our cycle. So wearing these really helps. There's also a lot of information about changing your light bulb types in your house at nighttime to red light bulbs or the non-LED kind, going back to the old bulbs if you can find them. But changing how you are in the evening. And if you are a reader, try to read an actual book as opposed to a Kindle or any other type of electronic book. So those are a couple things about sleep. Another great thing for sleep is if you're a light sleeper, you might want to look at earplugs. Wearing earplugs, even just one. If you're a side sleeper, put one earplug in. It'll help muffle the noise, and so you're not easily woken up. But you only have one in, so you can hear if you need to hear. The other thing would be an eye mask, keeping all of the light out, sleeping in a dark room with blackout curtains. If you don't have the blackout curtains, the eye masks are amazing. You wear these, and because again, if light's coming in from the window, from a street light, or from electronics, which is the next thing we're going to talk about, when you sleep, sometimes your eyes open a tiny, tiny bit, and that light comes in, and again, and it signals your brain time to wake up. So the eye masks are great for that. And so let's talk about electronics in the bedroom. No, no, no. So the idea is to turn off, if you can, turn off your Wi-Fi systems, all your routers and everything at night before you go to bed. Easy way to do that, put them on a garden timer, a light timer. So have your timer go off at a certain time of night, 10 o'clock, and come back on right before you wake up.